Good morning, everyone. It is about 10 to 11 on Saturday, and as promised, unlike the week before when I said I was going to do all my eating videos and I only got one done, but as promised today I'm going to walk through, just for the heck of it, for those that are interested, on my eating day part 2. So on part 1, last Sunday I posted it. I talked about how I am roughly trying to eat on average about 1,650 or so calories a day average through the course of the week while I'm trying to lose all this weight. And how I also this time, which I've never really done this in the past so much, but how I really try to fluctuate my calories when I'm weight training. I eat a lot more, as you saw on Sunday. Which is roughly in the 1900 calorie-ish zone. And then of course on my cardio days, which is today, I reduced my calories to usually maximum of about 1400 calories in that day with way less carbs. So the other thing I do is unlike last time, I only intermittently fast on my cardio days. So on my days that I don't weight train, I should say, because I do cardio sometimes on weight training days as well. But on my non-weight training days, so 3 days a week, I do intermittent fasting. And between all of that, I'm finding that the torture is very high on these 3 days of intermittent fasting with my carbs way low. But I conceptually and mentally, I guess not conceptually, but mentally, I'm finding it a little bit better doing it this way right now because it's kind of torture, reward, and I'm really good with short bursts of health. So today is that specific day, and of course tomorrow is my weigh-in, week 10. So I'm going to walk through today everything that I eat. So again, my calories are going to be kind of a maximum of around 1400 today. My intermittent fasting that I'll talk about now is what I'm doing is a 16 and 8 roughly, which means that I eat for 8 hours a day, at least 16 hours off. So last night I finished my last bite of food at about 6:30 last night, or just before that. It is now, as I keep talking, almost 5 to 11. So by the time I consume my first meal today, it's going to be 11, giving me about 16 and a half hours since I've eaten last. So I'm starving. So far today, this is what I've done. I had one caffeine pill this morning first thing. I said I'd kind of walk through my supplements while I do this. So I had one caffeine pill this morning first thing, waited about 30 minutes, and then I did my abs and cardio, and then I drank a bunch of black coffee, and I've done grocery shopping, not that you need to know that, but now here I am for my first meal. And my first meal is not too robust. But essentially what I have for my first meal is, and I'm not going to bore you to make you have to watch me mix this, but I take 2 scoops of this particular protein right now, vanilla protein, which gives me 50 grams of protein, because the other thing I said is that I try to keep my protein at least around 180 grams a day. So 2 scoops of this, and then I take about a cup of frozen strawberries. I use that not only to cool it down, but also just to have a little bit of carb in there because I'm starving. I'll mix that with water in the blender here. And I will also add in my creatine for the day, as I've talked about on my other day of eating. I take creatine every single day, so I'll add the 5 gram scoop of creatine into my first protein shake. All in all calories in for this first meal is going to be, again, 50 grams of protein and 310 total calories. So at the end of today, just like last time, I'm going to summarize my eating for the day. But as it sits, my first meal is it's exactly 310 calories based on what I'm consuming. That's really all I'm going to say. You don't need to see me mix this. Anyone can figure that out. This actually tastes pretty good too, so that's it. So now it's almost 11. I gotta eat soon before I die. So I will see you at my next meal, which should be probably 12:30 to 12:45. Oh. Okay, 1:45. Again, starving. I'll be starving all day. Meal number 2, I am having an open-faced leftover burger from last night. Lean ground beef. I will tell you that one thing this brings up this. There's no salt in this burger, again, homemade. It has Flavor God in it instead of salt. I use this on lots. Like I cook chicken with this, everything. This is about the best no salt additive that I've found. And although I do have salt in my diet, I try to minimize it when I can. So this everything from the no flavor is the best, or from the Flavor Gods is the best one out of their seasonings on top of that. You can get this at Popeye's Nutrition. Second thing I'll bring up really quickly is carbonate bread. Get this from Costco. I do most of the time when I do have bread have either rye or whole wheat, but when I'm watching my carbs, as I am today on a cardio day, then I will try to reduce my carbs extremely. So this one here has 8 grams of carbs per slice, but it's also 6 grams of fiber and 6 grams of protein, 80 calories a slice. So, open-faced burger, this is how sloppy I am with it. I will take tomato. I will throw it on. Whoop. I will pile it on. This is not even a joke. This is exactly how I eat it. I eat this with a fork and a knife. Anyway, I will move this around as I go. I will then take just a handful of lettuce. I plop that on there too. Pepper, of course, on everything. Mustard, that's right, over everything. And then, as I mentioned last time, the no sugar ketchup, which is lower in calories and of course doesn't have the glycemic spikes because of sugar. This may look absolutely grotesque to everybody, nothing fancy, but it works. I then have my multivitamin and my fish oil pill, and that's how I get her done. That is a total of 430 calories because of the extra protein in the bread with the burger. I'm probably around 55 calories or 55 grams of protein-ish. And that is meal number 2. I will see you probably 3-ish shortly after for meal number 3. Okay, whoa, time to eat again. It is now a couple minutes before 3:30. And as I showed in my first video, nothing super exciting here, but again, high protein, low carbs, no fat. So this is giving me 40 grams of protein this meal. This is my egg white special that I had last time, or last Sunday. I actually have this probably, I bet you I have this about 5-6 days a week right now. And that's what I can say about that. Just great profile. Did I say 280 calories? Probably already said that. So that's the whole meal. That includes this ketchup, which I showed you last time, sugar-free, and liberal on the ketchup. That's it. I'm going to be eating one more time today. Again, tomorrow's a weigh-in. So I'm going to be eating one more time today, probably around 5:45-ish. That will be supper, and that will be all. So I'll see you then. Go. Okay, final meal of the day. Finally, it is almost 10 after 6, so I'm a little bit later than I said I would be. But here's my final meal. It is salmon with garlic and just dill seasoning, and plain old broccoli again. Nothing fancy. So this meal comes in at about 360 calories for my final meal today. So I'm going to total it up really quickly for you like I did last Sunday. So here's the totals. Meal 1, I had a protein shake with strawberries. That was 310 calories. I had a burger for meal number 2. If you want to call it that, I think you saw what it was on the plate. Just an open-faced with that carbonate, low carb, no carb bread and tomato, etc., 430 calories. Meal number 3 was egg whites with mushroom, onion, and spinach, which was 280 calories, and ketchup, of course. And then my final meal, which I just said, 360 calories for my salmon and broccoli. My total protein for the day is 190 grams of protein, roughly, give or take. And my total calories for the day are 1,380 calories. So again, that is very low. This is probably one of my lower eating days of the week, even on my 3 cardio days where I do eat less. But again, I eat more on my weight training days, which again will be tomorrow. Thank goodness. So I will be eating more tomorrow. And through the course of the week, as I've already said, I try to average about 1650. I will reiterate one more time that this is just the way that I'm doing it right now. Not suggesting I'm an expert. I just want to reinforce that. That the fact that I do sporadic intermittent fasting and the way I'm eating, pick your poison. At the end of the day, it's calories in, calories out, and if you're lifting weights, keep your protein high. That basic, that simple, even though it's painstaking at times because it is a journey. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow at week 10 weigh-in.